Like and subscribe now, or you're gonna have bad luck this week.
The ocean is a mysterious place, so mysterious that even scientists agree that we know more about the solar system. For centuries, humans have been fascinated by oceans, and the mysteries of the deep seas have played a role in the world of mythology. The creatures in our countdown of 10 mythical sea creatures serve as a warning to you. Be careful when exploring. You never know who or what is under the deep waters. You might be familiar with number 1, so stay tuned for that. Number 10, the Aspidochelone. Starting the list with this fascinating creature, the Aspidochelone became quite popular when the movie The Adventure of Baron Munchausen, 1988, hit the main screen. If you've not seen it, then you've got to. The Aspidochelone is a creature of Greek mythology, a beast supposedly shaped like a big whale or a giant turtle with an ample, irregular backside that makes its upper part. This part usually stays above water, shaped like an island. Now, you see why the captain thought they had found their haven after the crash. Seafarers dock at its back, hoping to rest and cook. Unknown to them, they have just met their worst nightmare. The heat from their fire they make irritates the monster, and guess what happens next? Yeah, you got it right. Everyone gets drowned. Number 9. Cetus. In Greek mythology, Cetus might have referred to a dragon, a whale, a shark, or just a fish. It's most known in the feud between Poseidon and Andromeda's mother, Cassiopeia. According to the myth, Cassiopeia had made a bold claim that her daughter, Andromeda, was the most beautiful among all the sea creatures, including Aphrodite, Poseidon's wife. This didn't sit well with the sea god, so he sent Cetus to devour Andromeda as a way of getting back at her mom. But she escaped at the very last minute when Perseus, who was just from killing Medusa, chanced upon her chained to a rock. Cetus died when Perseus showed it Medusa's head, consequently turning it into stone. Other variations of the myth claim that Greek heroes might have killed the creature by stabbing it. Number 8. The Kappa. The ponds of Japan are inhabited by Kappa, a mythological monster. The creature is said to have the appearance of a reptile and some human features, with a shell of a tortoise on its back. It doesn't stop here, as its abilities to speak human languages with its mouth that appears like a beak. In color, it ranges from green, yellow, or even blue in its webbed feet and hands. The Kappa always have a small, bold dent at the top of their heads. It is believed that this is their source of power. The bowl is commonly known as Sara, and the Kappa are required to have the Sara full of water, especially when they are leaving the waters to explore the land where human beings live. If a Kappa leaves the water when the Sara isn't full, it may result in the death of the Kappa. This Japanese mythical creature is known to cause mischief and harm to human beings. However, not everyone thinks they're evil. Other legends argue that some Kappa are generous and have come through to help human beings. What are your thoughts? Do you believe that humans can find friends with sea creatures? Comment in the section below. Number 7. The Hjörmungandr. Up next, this creature is very notorious amongst the people of Norse mythology. Don't worry, we got you covered. Norse mythology is like a compendium of stories and cultural folklore about Vikings. Now, that's more relatable, right? Hjörmungandr is one of the exceedingly large North Sea Orphidians, or you can call it a sea serpent. The Hjörmungandr is more commonly known as the Midgard serpent. It is owing to the legend that the coils itself around an island is known as Midgard. It has earned its place in Marvel's comics and screen shows. The serpent is the child of Loki and his mistress, Angrboda. What a deadly combo! The monster was banished from Asgard by Odin and fought by Thor, the god of thunder, to put an end to the doom that the Hjörmungandr was to bring. The monster's blood is poisonous and it can produce fire from its mouth, the fire that is always ready to burn its victims alive. That is scary even for Thor, son of Odin. Number 6. Sirens. Famed for luring unwary sailors to smash their ships upon the rocks, the sirens are known for their lovely and enchanting songs, with which their names have become virtually synonymous. In Greek mythology, the sirens plagued both Jason and the Argonauts and Odysseus on their respective voyages. Most depictions of the sirens show them as part woman, part bird, though some more recent variations have taken a looser approach, as in the 2003 animated adventure Sinbad, Legend of the Seven Seas, in which the sirens are portrayed as a sort of living water taking a humanoid form. Number 5. Scylla. Scylla is the vicious mythological sea creature that lived opposite of Charybdis, another mythological creature we will talk about in a while. This creature, with 12 dangling feet, a grisly head, and 6 long necks, had a voice similar to that of a yelping dog. Many feared that ships that sailed near her would immediately capsize, and all on board would end up dead. Some classical writers argue that once Scylla was a gorgeous nymph who had fallen in love with Glucos, who was a sea god. However, the witch who was in love with Glucos bewitched Scylla, transforming her into the monster. Other ancient poets believe that Scylla was born as a monster into her monstrous family. What do you think? Do you know anything about this mythological sea creature? Share it with us. Number 4. Charybdis. Charybdis, as mentioned, was a close neighbor to Scylla, on the opposite side of a narrow water passage. Unlike Scylla, Charybdis was more dangerous and would usually destroy entire ships rather than snacking off a few sailors. She could swallow loads of water, effectively creating whirlpools that were detrimental to passing ships. As per Greek mythology, this behavior was a result of a hex Zeus had put her under. This was after she helped her father, Poseidon, in his conflict with Zeus. Initially, Charybdis was just flooding large areas of land with water, as a way of getting back at her uncle Zeus. Of course, Zeus was really pissed off and captured his niece and chained her to the bottom of the seabed. He then proceeded to curse her with an uncontrollable thirst for seawater to quench it. Charybdis had to drink from the sea at least 3 times a day. In some variations of the myth, the monster would belch out the water once she drank it. Number 3. Umibozu. At number 3, Umibozu is probably the most feared sea creature in Japanese folklore. It is described as being a big humanoid with a black body and pair of large, hollow eyes, and is eerily smooth to boot. And it appeared when it was least expected, when the sea was calm and thus perfect for sailing. The Umibozu would first cause a massive storm and waves that rendered the sea unsafe for the sailors. It would then appear to either capsize the whole ship or smash the ship's hull. The monster would then claim the souls of the drowned sailors, but sometimes instead of sinking the ship, Umibozu would demand a barrel from the crew. Using the container, it would scoop the seawater and pour it into the boat until it capsized. This was better since it offered an opportunity for the crew to trick the monster. They could simply give the Umibozu a bottomless barrel so that he'd keep scooping water, offering them just enough time to make it to safety. Number 2. The Lernaean Hydra. Next up, we know Hydra-headed is used to refer to a multifaceted problem or a difficult situation. The term Hydra-headed explains what this monster symbolizes. This creature is a gigantic 9-headed water serpent that threatens citizens and visitors to Lerna. Because it was a threat to society, Heracles was sent to destroy it. In Greek mythology, only heroes are empowered to destroy dangerous and mysterious creatures like the Hydra. Heracles, the legendary Greek hero, was chosen to perform this impossible task. 2 more heads grew back at the same spot for each of the heads he attempted to chop off. It was a fierce battle between this monster and Heracles, but the gods were on the side of Heracles. Number 1. Kraken. At the top of our list, we have the king of all sea monsters, the Kraken. Scandinavian folklore describes this creature as a gigantic cephalopod-like sea monster. The physical features of this creature are still left in the realm of speculation, however. There are a few descriptions we can rely on. One of the most trusted reports of this creature comes from Erik Pantopidon, a Danish historian. He describes it as a beast that is flat, round, and full of arms. This animal is skilled at catching prey that it yanks off its victims and does not give them a second chance at living. After feasting on a fish, it uses the fish to lure more victims. This creature may not be as large as you think, but surely it's more massive than a regular ship. The kraken is tricky, such that it appears calm at sea and lurks by to see her prey come forward. Sailors who are wise to watch out for this silent movements at sea and take flight when there is a sign that the sea creature is watching from a distance. This animal has a dominating figure, such that when it gets hold of a ship, it is difficult for anyone to escape its wrath. Which one of these mythological creatures do you like the most? Let us know in the comments, and if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel.